See the animal killed in front of me, and I cook it right away.
That's another solution. I miss the days when
I'm tired. How long, my dearest? How long must I endure in this shadow state? He took a finger from the girl as proof of his intentions, and the family paid the ransom quickly.
place is a dump anyway.
He showed them what it's like to be covered with mud and filth. Those fancy snobs who wandered into his neighborhood. Always conflict, power, greed, lust. For me, what I wouldn't give just to hold your hand in mine one more time.
What to do now? We're out of money.
Look at it. These are...
Why do so many have so little? It was never meant to be this way.
Hopefully
How would she know what a full day's work looks like?
if I can just make it through this shit.
Fellow Sir Conan, in the Duke's absence, I have the following announcement. New restrictions are now in place.
She cares for the small things, the weak and unsung. She tosses seed to the birds in a lump of ice.
The Grand Sir Conan Guard will be stopping and questioning all foreigners on the streets of Karnatha. Compliance is mandatory.
I'm in. Just remember to move slowly, and don't get too close to the nests.
We don't even know if the people inside had any money. We just know they're dead and
They tried to kill her once, but she's strong.
Going through there puts us on the other side of the wall of light.
If you want out of the city as bad as I do, this is our chance.
No. More likely we all get stung to death. Then we end up hatching.
Hey, come here.
It's infested, all right. Move slowly. Stay away from the nests and try to avoid getting filled with bloodfly venom and eggs.
Fellow Serkonans, let us rejoice with the crowning of our new...
Hard times under the Duke and his Grand Guard. A man has to be ready for anything.
Duke of Serkonos, now royal consort to the Empress. Return to Karnak. All official government activities...
An underground market. Illegal trade means weapons and ammunition.
Enjoy the air here. I, for one, ain't selling fermented shark. Ah, you want blueprints for better weaponry. Nothing that tickles your fancy?
Yes, there is more here than corruption and pain. Don't despair. There is goodness here too.
I'm being hunted by half the people in the Empire. Part of me is excited about what happens if they find me.
Who about the crown killer? The old Empress? Really?
Here's bloodfly concern.
What a bunch of degenerates.
In recent memory, if you encounter a nest or an infested corpse, do not disturb it. Any attempts to practice the funeral rites.
I told you what would happen if you reported me. I warned you. Please, you gave me no choice. Please? It's too late for that, Rapallo. Guess what happens next? No!
All a fight. From the time of the rat plague.
How we get rid of snitches. Remember, if anyone asks, he just ran through it. What's the matter? You saw something?
Let's have a look.
Fellow Draconis, in the Duke's absence, I have the following announcement.
What the?
Stop! Foreign interference.
Take it!
Appropriate permits, including citizens moving between.
Miserable rat. I told you what would happen if you reported me. I warned you. Please, you gave me no choice. Strike at me then! Wait for that, Rapallo. Guess what happens next?
Fellow Serconans, in the Duke's absence, I have the following announcement. As a response to violent crime and foreign interference in our affairs, travel between districts is restricted to those carrying the appropriate permits, including citizens moving between home and work. Any attempts to hinder the Grand Guard in their enforcement duties will be met with the exercise of force. Any complaints as to the behavior of the Grand Guard should be addressed to the nearest guardsman.
I like this setup better than using the well oil tanks. The wind won't run dry.
Unless something happens to the windmill. These break down just as often in a different way. And they also overcharge sometimes.
The wind picks up too strong? Like in a storm?
Right. At the execution that happens, trust me. Don't stand too close to the wall of light.
No use making trouble.
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
It never occurred to me. And Lieutenant, what the?
No, stop running! I've been fighting scum like you since I put on the uniform!
And you?
Let me show you how I got my...
Only had a boat of my own.
Run by your still can,
Or
stranger.
are we not as one? Hey, you! This is off limits.
What's going on? Here! Oh, you little shit! I'm back here! Won't get away! What's going on here?
Things like that.
Yes.
Someone!
That's her again.
What are you waiting for? Come on!
Fellow Zirconans, in the Duke's
Oh no! Don't let them fight
following announcement. As a response to violent crime
No! You're stinging me!
carrying the appropriate permit, including citizens moving between home and work. Any attempts to hinder the Grand Guard in their enforcement duties will be met with the exercise of force. Any complaints as to the behavior of the Grand Guard should be addressed to the nearest guardsman.
Nobody there.
Another victim! Oh, I'll never get used to it.
Toppled into the canal. Her corruption was eradicated for the safety of all those who live by the strict rules.
Waste of my time! World and the like
I'll
of you.
kill you for that. I was weak.
Can't escape!
I must be ever
End of the road for
vigilant
you.
against the outsider. You know,
I'll perform right.
What are you waiting for?
Fellow Zirconans, in the Duke's absence, I have the following announcement. As a response to violent crime and foreign interference in our affairs, travel between districts is restricted to those carrying the appropriate permits, including citizens moving between home and work. Any attempts to hinder the Grand Guard in their enforcement duties will be met with the exercise of force. Any complaints as to the behavior of the Grand Guard should be addressed to the nearest guardsman.
the lights of our city, whose faces we recognize, and whose voices are strange to us. The girl was taken from her home the next night, in a cage of iron, and toppled into the canal. Corruption was eradicated for the safety of all those who lived around her, all of you. We harden ourselves to the cries of the apostate, to the heretic, and in doing so, we saved countless others from the horrible discord that awaits them beyond death.
Some heathen grown bold by these times.
I say this now. All faithful in our society, your allegiance should be first and most fiercely to your family, to your neighbors, and to the Abbey of the Everyman. Princes and queens rise and fall, but a succession of overseers will watch you for the entirety of your lifetime, shielding you from the outer horrors of the void. Royal touch of the outsider himself. Hold closest to the 7 strictures.
Something wrong. What's happening now? What's going on here?
Defend yourself! You're not going anywhere! Blasphemer! I'll fight you! She's back. I'll find her. Shit, what was that? What's going on here? You don't stand a chance anyway. Forever. Games.
What was that?
Somebody's down.
Hello?
One of us is down. Need help?
Come on, what's it? Stop!
Well, you still can, stranger. You won't stand a chance.
Looking for a fight. I know an agent of the outsider would keep trying.
Found guilty of standing in my way.
Shake it away.
No use running.
Take it. She wants the bar. A ball. Oh.
No!
Damn it. You're surrounded. I want to die. I'm back here. Bad move.
We learned to deal with rabble like you in military. It's you and me now. I'm not impressed.
Brothers, oh! Surrender and die! I smell heresy.
You aren't going anywhere. No.
I'll cure the world with the like of you. Die, creature of the void! You're not supposed to be impossible!
What happened here?
Accept your fate, miscreant! For the Abbey! Come at me then! The strictures guide my hand!
Someone!
I'll stand against the faithless any day!
Someone!
That's not right! Look everywhere! What's going on?
I will be strong.
Whatever may come. Whatever may lurk. Where is she, damn it?
Probably hiding somewhere close.
Somebody's not feeling well.
Just be waiting. It won't be long.
Ugh.